What's up, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this. All right, so just a quick update on ICP. Looks like ICP is definitely. I was waiting, last few days to make a video on ICP, and I wanted to see if we were going to break this pivotal spot that I'm going to speak of right now. But just wanted to point out ICP right now sitting at around $4.17. Bitcoin just jumped up. Nothing crazy, but we're at 35,168. We definitely broke that 35 mark again. Looks good. Bitcoin has been just really looking very bullish in the last like couple weeks, right? I mean, you guys have seen it. Obviously, we've jumped up all the way from we were sitting at 26, 27,000, jumped up to 32. And then we just had that crazy spike where we went from 32 to 35, almost. I think we went to 36 very briefly, got rejected. And, a lot of people were like, well, that was it. We're going back down to 28. And we've really been holding that $34,000 mark. And a couple of videos ago, I said that. I said, if we can hold, at least 32,000, the altcoins are going to start really starting to get, momentum. They're going to start moving with Bitcoin, and they're going to start moving fast. And I'm not saying that ICP is like shot up to the moon. Obviously, we can see the chart here, but we have definitely, let me get rid of this arrow. We have definitely hit a pivotal spot where I wanted to point out. So you guys can see this has been in the last week, right? This line right here indicates a 200-day moving average, right? And isn't it coincidental that we have literally bounced our head on this 200-day, not even on a fib retracement or anything like that, but on this 200-day moving average? We have been bouncing off this 200-day for the last like week, and it's been slowly moving down the 200-day. So our highs have been kind of moving down with it. Nothing crazy, but if you can see, this first one was around $4.14. This one was around $4.10. And then, we can actually count this one too. This one was right here at $4. Didn't even touch it actually. It was like $4.10. But you can see the gist of it. It was really just hitting its head either right before or right on the 200-day. Well, we just broke through that 200-day, and it wasn't a small little breakthrough like this one. This one's actually broke through where we're at $4.18 now. Obviously, we'll have to see how the day plays out. But if you can see, we'll even zoom in. This looks pretty bullish because this is the 200-day. We broke through and actually retested the 200-day, bounced off the 200-day, and we've been slowly moving our way up. Now, obviously, we're getting this momentum through Bitcoin, but that's a good sign for ICP that if we can definitely hold this 200-day, it'll be bullish, very, very bullish. Obviously, Bitcoin needs to hold as well. This line that I have right here, this is a $4.14. If you guys remember, I mean, I've had this line. You see how long this fib retracement goes back. This line right here has been here since for like probably 2 or 3 months. I've pointed it out. You can see multiple times we have bounced off support multiple times, and then it actually flipped right here into resistance multiple times. And just so happens that's where we kind of met up right here. If you can see where the fib retracement, I'm sorry, that blue line and the 200-day kind of met right here. And that's where we basically were bouncing off of. We started bouncing off the blue line, and then it really was just following this 200-day until we just broke through. So what am I getting to is I feel like ICP, like I said, if we can hold this 200-day moving average, this 200-day moving average is somewhere around $4.06, $4.07. If we can hold that 200-day moving average, we're going to be moving up. We're going to be moving up. I wouldn't doubt that we maybe see $4. Well, let's see before I start throwing numbers out. All right, so we zoom out. Obviously, this is where we're at right now. Top of the fib retracement, where we're going to have massive resistance, is going to be that $4 and about 52 cents, $4.53. You can see we bounced our head on it a couple times. That's going to be the top of our fib. That's going to be where we're going to be having some massive resistance, but we eventually are going to break through there. I know we're going to break through it. And when we break through that $4.50, we'll call it, obviously we're going to have, our struggles on our way back up to that $5 mark. But I think some of these spots right here, we're going to just blow right through them. As long as Bitcoin's really, holding strong, I wouldn't doubt that maybe in the next couple weeks, if things can hold, with Bitcoin, I wouldn't doubt that we honestly see 37, 38. I mean, it's like I don't want to say it, but it's like, what if we see 40,000 coming up and maybe by the end of this year? That's, if you think about it, we're already in November. We only have what, less than 2 months, so you would say maybe 7 weeks left until the end of the year, New Year's. We know Santa Rally could be coming, especially we've been setting up for a nice Santa Rally coming up. We're in what's everybody calling this, pump November or whatever, like statistically speaking, in November is usually a solid month for Bitcoin and for the crypto market. So, with all this being said, with Bitcoin where it's sitting at right now, with ICP sitting above the 200-day now, we can hold this. I think it's like the ingredients to a cake that we're baking, and it's going to be a really good cake coming up in the next like couple months. Going into 2024, we could be seeing a nice beginning of a bull run. Some are already saying that we've already started the bull run. So, and I honestly wouldn't disagree with them. I really wouldn't. You got to remember where we came from. 15,000, 20,000 for Bitcoin. ICP actually took its lows just recently, right here, where I was screaming to the hills. Obviously, I don't give out financial advice, but I had this box in here, if you guys remember, and I've been buying in like crazy at these $2 and like $2.80. I was just adding like big chunks, and I actually brought my average down like crazy. I'm like, I don't even know what my average is, but it's like $3 and something. But it's because I was also buying when we were at like $4 and something cents, when I thought that was, because I started buying in at like $3.60, and then I was like, you know what? We hit another dip after we jumped up to that $8 mark. I didn't sell. I just held on to it, and then we went back down, and I was buying in at like $4 and something cents. So my average kind of went back up a little bit. But when we dropped back down to these lows, I was able to bring my average back down to lower than what it originally was. So, excuse me. So with that being said, guys, ICP, is looking good. It's looking good. It's a little bit lag effect behind Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, could jump up to 38,000 today, and I think ICP would maybe rally behind it. But I don't think that it would. We're not going to see any like local highs going on today. But eventually, we are. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we are. You can see the writings on the wall, especially with this over this 200-day. We bounced off the 200-day. I want to see a solid bounce off this 200-day though. And I don't mean like I want us to go back down, but I want to see us jump up maybe to this next fib right here. And you can see where we were chopping around here. We're going to have some resistance, but this next fib right here at the 236, I'd love to see us get up to this 236 and maybe retest somewhere around this 200-day. Maybe not even necessarily bounce off the 200-day, but maybe bounce at the fib retracement right here. What is this? The 382, somewhere around maybe $4.15, like a nice clean bounce. And then just that confirmation that we are bullish and that we're going to be, that 200-day is nothing. We're past it. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see like this pump up and then we jump back down, back down to here, and we break the 200-day again. Cause then I'm not saying we're bearish or anything like that, but it's just, that when you see these clean bounces off these marks, these pivotal spots, like this 200-day, when we bounce off of this, that's going to be a solid indication that we're on our way up and we're going to continue to move up. And I think, we're going to have in the near future, we're definitely going to see $4.50, but I mean, we could be talking about $5-6 ICP and not just a fast $5-6 and then back down. Like I'm talking about like a $5-6 ICP where we stay around there, kind of, build momentum, bounce up a little bit more, but this is all going along with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to continue to stay where it's at and keep moving. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can get instant alerts whenever I do come out these videos. If you're invested in ICP, you definitely want to hit that subscribe, because I definitely will keep you in the loop, on levels that we can watch as far as support, resistance, stuff like that. And if you haven't already, hit that like so we can send the algorithm to the algorithm gods and they can see, oh, ICP is definitely going to make a comeback. And for all those haters out there on ICP, we're coming for you. All right. Thank you, guys.